Hello everyone, welcome back to Deadly Premonition. Like I said last time, we're just gonna pretend that whole Nick side quest never happened. And we're just heading on to Harry's right now. Nope, game did not crash. We did not lose any progress. We were going to Harry's the whole time. See, we're here. It's fine.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
It's quite a lengthy walk up to that camera. Probably just could have drived up. And we don't actually have to drive up to the house itself, just warps us over here. It's very considerate of Harry to have a payphone right in his house, just in case someone needs to use it. You never know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, Mr. Stewart has been waiting for you. To the meeting room you shall go to.
Well, I mean, I hope Harry has not been waiting for long. Harry did say that the timing had to be right, and we didn't know the timing would be right until we saw that ad in the newspaper. That just happened to say Harry when we put our cup of coffee down on it, and then the letters Harry were in the circle.
The meeting room is through here. Please be kind. Be sincere.
Maybe we should bring that up to Harry and ask him if he deliberately put that ad in the paper, or maybe he just doesn't know what we would be talking about. It says suspect. Have we never been formally introduced to Michael? I'm sure, no, we were in the hospital. I don't know why it still labels him as suspect.
Yes?
The timing is now. Not tomorrow. I mean, no, that's not true, Michael. We could leave here and just go do whatever and then come back tomorrow. You know that's true. Okay, no, he's going to lock the door so he can't leave. Because he knows what York is up to. He knows that York doesn't have the longest attention span. Okay, now he is recognized as being Michael. Well, I mean, he did hit a key and then things turned around, so it couldn't be just a normal piano. All right. We do have puzzles we have to do, I believe, to get to Harry. 3, 5, 6. These 3 are the only ones left open. It must have a meaning. I think do they all say that? No, these are closed and these are open. All right, and then we can just relax here in case it takes us days or weeks to figure out Harry's puzzles. How are you supposed to shave if you don't have a mirror? That doesn't make sense, Harry. I mean, maybe you've done it enough times that you'll be up to the challenge. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's going to work very, very well. Let's see, this is 1, so this would be 2, and this is going to be 3. Alright, that's 3. Alright, 6. I think Harry has a lot of guests. He doesn't seem like he would. Certainly not enough to need 6 guest rooms. It's 5. Let's see. All right, yeah. Here's where the statues are. all holding their umbrellas. I guess if you have too much money that you're never going to spend, I mean, what else are you going to use them on? Except elaborate locking puzzles where you have to put the specific umbrellas in the hands of the specific statues so their eyes will light up. And then if you do that, you unlock the door. But who will be observant enough to realize which umbrellas should go in which statues? Surely only an ace FBI special agent could figure this out.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, please have some tea while it is hot. Too much coffee for your body will make it rot.
You seem well prepared. Almost as though you knew I would be coming today.
Mr. Stewart is particular about the best timing for all things. Now please, drink some tea and enjoy the good health it brings.
I'm sorry, Harry, but I just don't like tea.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, some tea with sugar is what's best admired.
By your body that looks so tired. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, where did you get these seeds?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, those seeds were found in our town in a certain specific place.
More seeds are there, you will see, when you find that certain space. Come back to me and we shall talk after you find that certain place. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, so you like to play games?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, a hint for you to find this location.
It is most crowded and most quiet, and gives a cold sensation. So says Mr. Stewart.
All right. So you're not going to talk unless I find this certain place. I'll play along.
And our little chapter is over. Our little chapter that did not involve any side quests at all. Who knows what Nick is doing in his jail cell right now? I mean, that's not really any of our business. We're an FBI agent here to solve a murder. We're not here to talk to Nick and solve his marital problems. No way would that be happening. Anyway, Harry is very particular when it comes to timing. Also particular in terms of what he wants to talk about and how people must learn certain pieces of information. He's big on people finding things out for themselves, not necessarily being told.
Zach, let the treasure hunt begin. A crowded place, and yet it is very quiet there. Have you figured it out, Zach? It must be the graveyard. There's lots of people there, but none of them can speak. You see? So let's get going to the graveyard.
Yes, also because we were there before and there were many seeds just lying around. That would be the bigger hint, probably. So yeah, Harry doesn't really want to tell us what's going on. I mean, he could have told us who the murderer was at any time. He knows. It's just that he probably feels that... Oh, actually, hold on. Let me just do something here. He feels that York needs to figure it out on his own, that he would not be ready for the truth if he was just told. And considering the nature of the truth, maybe that's correct. Right, someone did mention in the comments that I put the radio... Well, I didn't, but the game put the radio in the toolbox because my inventory was full. Whoops. No? Do I have to get out of the car? Alright, let's get out of the car and see if we can use it. So I have my radio back. And we have been to the graveyard once before, so it should take us there.
Zach, we're supposed to play along with Harry's little game, remember? I know. I'm with you on that. I don't like being played with either, but we've got 3 victims now. And we need to prevent that number from becoming 4.
Yeah, maybe we should actually start to take this case seriously at some point. Considering that there have been 3 victims now. Not that one. This one. Right, so this will bring up the locations that we have already been to ourselves. And... Did I skip by it? Let me go back to the top. My Sweet Home. I guess that's a new location because that would be the home that we bought, I suppose. I don't remember that being in the original game. So that must be the house that we bought as part of the DLC. There's Becky House, Muse's Gallery, Harry's Mansion, Sheriff's Department, Galaxy Terror General Hospital, Deer Art Hotel, Mercury Theater, Milk Barn. Is the cemetery not here? Or am I just not seeing it? Because we have been to the graveyard. And I would think that would count as a location. But I'm not seeing it appear here. Well, I guess we're driving. That seems odd. Well, Harry's Mansion is a location on the radio list anyway, so even if the cemetery is not, we'll be able to use the radio to get back here. It's not that far away. Now, hold on. Is that a shortcut I could take? Hold on, York. Hold on. I'm just getting here. Alright, now we can talk.
Zach, we've ended up with a 3rd victim. That dive I made at the gallery ended up being a wasted attempt to save a life. It's a real mess, Zach. Dive. When's the last time I made a dive like that? Oh, I remember. Do you? It was in my late teens. We used to go to those concerts. You and I like punk rock, but we like different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69. I like the more twisted ones, like The Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, but for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols. I wonder why that was. Seems strange thinking about it now.
Getting a little bit of crackling on some audio here. Just not much, but here and there. I'm not sure what that is. But then who can say why anything happens with the PC port of Deadly Premonition, the Director's Cut? Let's see. Where would be an exit? Can we go up here? Yeah, there's a path going out this side. That cemetery's to our left, and we can see it. It's right there. Yeah, here's a path. All right, looks like we are just about there.
Just as Harry said, it's crowded and quiet. Hey, Brian.
Agent. Mr. Agent, how are you?
Not bad. I'm, just playing a little game with Harry.
Game? A game? Oh, is that fun?
We've only just started, Brian. The fun is about to begin. I'd like to ask you something, actually. Is there a tree in the graveyard that drops red seeds?
Seeds. Red seeds. That tree does. And that one. And that one too. All red seeds.
Well, how about that? We would never have found that otherwise. But Brian cannot go get them. Perhaps he is repelled by the fence. And we do have some evil music playing because there are shadows that are going to get in our way. Even though it's only 10:31 in the morning, the sky is dark. And red vines are appearing. Black splotches on the ground, but no one's coming up out of them. Alright, whatever, we made it here without any enemies popping out.
Zach, mission accomplished. Let's get back to Harry's. The reward better be good.
Well, I don't know if we would be...
But you know, about these seeds... They were right here under my nose. It's as if I was carefully carrying a bottle of water while walking in a pool. We're learning the countryside version of common sense the hard way, Zach.
I don't know if we need to demand that the reward be something good. You'd think this would be quite a reward. York has been searching for the source of the red seeds for a long time now, as he has been investigating these murders that have to do with the seeds, and now he's found them. Or at least he's found the actual trees that are dropping these seeds, which he has never seen before. Red seeds in an evidence bag. Presumably, red seeds for other murders came from other parts of the country, where red trees were planted. But now York knows that. Now York knows what kind of tree, or at least he can recognize what kind of tree will drop these seeds. No shadows popped up. No one came to attack me. That's kind of odd. So even if Harry doesn't have anything else to say, this does seem like it's a pretty big piece of information that's relevant to what York is doing. Bad seeds. Brian wants nothing to do with these seeds. All right. Well, we got what we need. Let's see if the radio will now work and take us back to Harry's place. Don't know why the graveyard did not count as a location on the list. Harry's mansion.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, Finally, you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
I wouldn't say finally, Michael. We actually did that very quickly.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, please proceed to Mr. Stewart's room. There he awaits you, I shall assume.
No, piano wasn't there for a second.
Yes?
Right, he's going to lock the door. We already know about this. Right, so the piano turned, and what we find out now is that actually it's the entire room that turns, as we are in a different location as we come out here. 14, 23, 26. So let's just remember those. 14, 23, and 26. Right, we got statues that are on a grid. These grids of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And over here, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. See, anything happen? Can we observe them? Another one of these gimmicks. So let's see, how many are there? There are 3. Let me just go back and look at those numbers again. Just to make sure that I have them right in my mind. Yeah, 14, 23, 26. All right. 14. We want one that's going to be on 4 and 10. So let's maybe move this one. All right, so that's 4. And we want on 10, so let's push it down here. I don't really know what this puzzle has to do with solving the case. Maybe Harry just needed more time to prepare. There's 14. More time to prepare before seeing York, so, oh no, I'm not ready. I have to get dressed. York got here earlier than I thought. Michael, make him do the statue shoving puzzle. While I get ready. I want, let's see, 23, so that would be this one right here. And then if York asks Harry why did he make him do this, Harry can just act all mysterious. Oh, you will know when the time is right. But it's really no mystery. Harry was just taking a bath and he has to get dressed. And we want 23. And then we want 26. Oh, that's only halfway.
Harry, turns out what you said was true, and I'd like to hear more.
York, as you know, there's a powerful mystery surrounding these seeds. You've seen them at those other murders that took place elsewhere. And you've seen them deeply involved with the murders in this town as well.
That's right. But how do you know all this?
York, you must be younger than you look. Youngsters tend to hurry so much that they let things slip right past them. What you need to do is slow this down a bit. That way you'll see what's really important. Let me tell you a story. 50 years ago, when the war was over, just about when the communist Red started to become a rising threat, our town constructed a huge clock tower. Then, soon afterwards, a serial killer wearing a red raincoat went on a killing spree.
The legend of the Raincoat Killer? Stop playing games with me, Harry. That's nothing more than folklore. The FBI has no such record of a multiple homicide case in this town.
York, Anna, Becky, and now Diane. Their deaths are real, not folklore, not legend. The Raincoat Killer is also real. But under a strict gag order, the mass murder case was never made public. In fact, one could say that it was completely erased from history. Tell me, who do you think would be able to do something like that?
The military.
Very good. A model student.
But if there are no records about it, then how do you know it really happened?
Good question, York. Why would I know this? The answer is very simple. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. The brutal killer himself. But we can talk about the details of that encounter another time. What we need to talk about is your Raincoat Killer. The new Raincoat Killer, if you will. The new Raincoat Killer. Yes, let's call him that. After all, he's not the real one. What you want to know more about is the new one. Between 10 and 20 years ago, I noticed that these red seeds were special, and someone else did too. The human imagination can lead to tragedy sometimes. Someone linked the red seeds to the serial killer legend and said, if you eat the red seeds and then kill someone, you will become immortal. This new fabricated legend was passed on from one to the next, evolving, changing every time, like a rumor. Some may have actually taken the seeds to try them out, to prove the legend, that is. York, the red seeds you have found from those other murders, they all came from this town, together with that one evil rumor. People on the other side of the planet may have heard of it by now, and new seeds might be growing in different parts of the world.
So you're saying that the series of cases I've been following are all linked to this town? That's interesting, Harry. But there's no evidence to support that story. None of the criminals we caught for the other murders ever mentioned anything like that.
It's your job, your role and duty to look into that, York. Now, the game must go on. You know I said that the incident 50 years ago was totally erased? Well, not quite. Records still exist in the sheriff's office. The old sheriff back then hated the military and did his own investigation. I need you to bring those documents here to me. Once you've done that, I'll tell you everything I know.
Okay, it's worth a look. And we may as well let the old man have his fun.
York sounds skeptical as this chapter comes to an end. I like how it's very audible as you can hear the different takes of Harry's voice acting. How you can hear the original voice acting, which has a certain tone to it, and then the new one that they re-recorded because they had to change York's name sounds pretty different. I presume that all of the original voice acting would have had the characters calling him Young instead of York, so any lines that actually name York, they had to re-record, is what I assume happened. Like, you hear that happening throughout the game, where someone's voice kind of changes when they say York's name, but it's kind of most noticeable in this conversation here with Harry's voice. Okay, so, Killing Spree happened in Greenvale many years ago. No record of it because of the military. But there are some records that exist in the sheriff's office, which York has to recover in order to prove that it actually happened and that Harry knows what he is talking about. So that is what we're going to be doing next time. We're going to be heading to the sheriff's office. We're going to be looking through their files, and we're going to be looking to see if those old files from the original Raincoat Killer I'm about to say mini spree. That doesn't make sense. Why would I say mini? I don't know. Is Killing Spree, the old records from that, do they still exist? We're going to search for them next time as we continue going through Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. I'll see you then. Presuming the game doesn't crash when we enter the sheriff's department, because that could happen at any time. You never know.